The vastness of the universe amazes me. Funny, just a few hundred years ago, the ocean held unlimited mysteries, and explorers risked their lives searching for new lands. Then more recently, the search extended into outer space. But still, I feel the greatest exploration of all is just beginning, our amazing human mind. Just a few years ago, it was believed that our brains became rigid and unchanging right after childhood. But now, I know in fact, my brain will continue to change right into my old age. I look up at the stars in the night sky, and I can't help thinking how similar it looks to a photo of my brain's neurons firing. The two images are like mirror reflections. I actually can't tell them apart. Today's incredible brain research provides a window that lets me peer right into the vastness of inner space. You know, modern research has really taken a lot of witch magic out of what we thought we knew about the brain, because the modern technologies, the modern scientific technologies, let us see a healthy brain in action. Whereas before, all of our knowledge was based on animal research studies and postmortem studies. But today, we know the exact place in your brain that allows you to either think positive or think negative. We also know, even if you've been a pessimist your whole life, we now know how to actually trigger that portion of your brain to help you become a positive thinker almost instantly. Because of the knowledge that we're getting today, we know exactly how your brain either supports or cuts down your hopes, your dreams, and your goals. Plus, we now know a lot more about how your neurons work, and we know that you literally have billions and billions of neurons packed right into your brain. And in fact, if you were to take the neurons from a single brain and stretch them end to end, they would travel all the way from the surface of the Earth, all the way to the moon and back. We now know from quantum science that we virtually really do create our reality according to what we focus on. But you know, the real question really is, how can we use all of this modern research and wisdom to make your life a more satisfying, exciting, and gratifying place to be? Let's take a closer look at what's going on inside your brain. Our human brains are really electrochemical marvels. They produce anywhere from 5 to 10 watts of electricity. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot of electricity. It wouldn't even light the inside of a refrigerator. But think of a 5-watt laser. A 5-watt laser will burn right through that same refrigerator door. What we're talking about is the power of a focused, laser-focused mind. Now, contrary to what we once thought, our thoughts aren't just somewhere out in the ether. They actually have a very physical reality, and we can map them as they go through your brain. They move through your brain in the form of what we call brain waves. A brain wave is nothing more than a pattern of your electrons turning on and off as thoughts are carried on them. When your brain waves are moving very rapidly, your thoughts may feel like they're tumbling over each other, or you may feel extremely stressed. When they're slower, however, you'll tend to feel relaxed and much more creative. The important point is this: your mental state corresponds exactly to your brain waves. I'm hooking Chantal up to an EEG to capture a live picture of her brainwave patterns. Then we'll take a look at what's happening inside her brain. How do you feel? A little bit nervous. It's going to be okay. Brain waves all happen simultaneously. So what we are doing is capturing a composite picture of her brain waves at this moment in time. We want to see the whole picture, not just one narrow band of one type of brainwave. Now I'm hooking her up to an engineered alpha relaxation brainwave training from our Mind Power program. Okay, how are you feeling now?
I feel much more relaxed.
Good. You're seeing the immediate impact of engineered brainwave training. Chantal, I want to thank you for coming in today. So you noticed the difference in your brain waves when you were stressed at first, as opposed to after the training when you were more relaxed. Did you notice how they changed?
I did.
A lot of stress is actually behind a lot of the major diseases today. And actually stress damages your brain. A little bit of stress is actually a very good thing. It stimulates your immune system. But a lot of stress can be very, very destructive in your life and can damage your health. This is an electron microscopic picture of a healthy brain in action. But let me show you what happens when that same brain is stressed. These neurons are in the process of dying from stress. Unlike your skin and your bones, your brain does not create new cells. Once a brain cell dies, it's dead. Stress truly does kill brain cells. And here are the screenshots of your brain, Chantal, in a stressed and then relaxed state. Let's examine exactly how the brain creates what we call reality. This kind of knowledge really is power. It will help you understand how to make your life a more satisfying and exciting place to be from the inside out. There are 3 parts of your brain that you need to know about. Now, the first is very primitive, but it's very important. This part of your brain is called the brainstem, or the reptilian brain. Now, I'm not saying that you have the brain of a reptile, but actually this portion of your brain is very similar to the brain we find in reptiles. This part of your brain is called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. Now, it's very important because it actually determines what will get up into the higher, more intelligent parts of your brain. Your brainstem is concerned with your ability to survive, and the job of the RAS is to determine if a given stimulus is important enough to pay attention to. For example, suppose you see this, but your RAS interprets it as this, based on your past experience. Your RAS will then send a survival-based signal right up into the center of your brain, your limbic system, which is the emotional center of your brain. An emotional meaning is then attached to that image by your amygdala. You have two of these walnut-sized bodies, one on each side of your brain. Your amygdala have attached emotional meaning to virtually every one of your memories from early childhood on. Now, emotion has great power. It's actually the cement that holds what you call yourself or your self-image together. Here's why emotion is so important. The more emotion attached to something, even an idea, the more likely it will be permanently stored right in the neurons of your brain. Remember the RAS down in your brainstem? Well, if something has little importance or emotion attached to it, it probably won't even be sent up to your higher brain centers. But if that something is important to you, it will be sent up to your higher brain centers, and then it will be attached to a physical network of other memories that have the same emotional content. This is a clue to how you actually create your reality, to how your brain either supports or destroys your hopes, your dreams, and your goals. If you are not achieving your goals, your brain is working against you. Now, the most powerful solution is to learn to recognize and control your brain waves. This allows you to direct your thoughts, creating personal empowerment on the quantum level. If you're like the other people that have seen this film, you probably have a bookshelf full of success books and CDs, and may even have spent thousands of dollars going to a seminar to learn how to become a success. Have you reached your goal? If you haven't, there's one thing you need to know. You are not a failure. It's the books, the CDs, and the seminars that really failed you. And here's why. Suppose you dream of becoming a millionaire or a great artist. Well, the only way you're ever going to achieve that is to learn to take the actions of a millionaire or a great artist. But before you can even think of taking those actions, you must think the thoughts of a millionaire or a great artist. And this takes us right back to the brain. Now, this goes far beyond the concept of the power of attraction or the power of positive thinking. This takes us straight to the core of modern neuroscience and quantum physics. You have created your own reality, but with proper training and support, you can also recreate that reality. You can learn to virtually duplicate the brain waves of that millionaire or that great artist. And once you can think those thoughts, you will be able to take those actions. This is the power of modern neuroscience in action. We are available to provide brain-smart tools to support your project. Give us a call or send us an email.